Hello, hello, hello. We are live. So today we are having a VATSIM flight. So we are flying the A320 FENIX from Cagayan de Oro to Manila. So this is a regular flight for Philippine Airlines. So what a beautiful aircraft, beautiful livery. So this livery is from SkySim. So first, let's go to the cockpit and configure the cockpit, and let's start with the flow. So battery is on, external power is on, and ground control is on. IRS are set to nav lights are on, no smoking signs are on, APU is on, APU bleed is on, fuel pumps are set to on. So engine fire test, engine 1 check, engine 2 check, then cargo heat. Okay, so let's configure the AFIS for flight planning. Okay, and for the radios, so, and by the way, let's turn on let's connect to vPilot or Charlie. Parking brake is set, flaps up, fuel cutoff switches off. See? So we are now connected into VATSIM. So as you can see, we have a flight from Lagindingan to Manila. Okay. So before that, let's do a walk around check. So this is our aircraft. So external power is connected. I don't know if you can press something here, but let's reduce the noise. It's pretty loud. So the wheels, they look in good condition, no standing gear. Then check the static ports. Static port. Cargo door is open, so we'll start our boarding later. So the wings, the engines, the CFM 56. So see, it's pretty clear to me. Okay, the leading edge, make sure there's no debris. Then check the nav lights. So on the right side it's green, on the left side it's red. And the strobe lights. So Philippine Airlines only operates the Sharklet variant of the A320 on their A321s and their newest A321 news. So this livery is just a fictional livery for the A320-200 for the Philippine Airlines. So they normally operate their 320s with wingtip fences, the small winglets. And moving forward, so as you can see, the brake fans are operational. So that's what the loud noise you're hearing. Okay, looks good. And I believe you can also check the brakes if they're good. So that's the pin. So they're not really worn out yet, so I think they're good, still good. And there you go, the landing lights. Then moving to the back of the aircraft. So the cargo door is open. So we're flying the RPC Charlie 8620 aircraft. It's the inlet port for the APU. And moving on to the empennage. Making sure the horizontal and vertical stabilizers are clear of any FODs. And here the APU. So the APU is up and running. Very nice detail from FENIX and SkySim for making this amazing livery for Philippine Airlines. So the trim is set to 0. That's good. So moving forward, the front of the aircraft, checking the wheels, main landing gears. So the treads are still good. For the flaps, checking the flaps. Okay, nav lights on the left side, red, showing, good. Checking the leading edge, the slats. Okay, good. Then checking the left side engine 1, the back of the engine, make sure it's clear. Okay, and making sure the blades are in good condition. Okay, we're moving front, making sure the AOA vanes are good and clear. Static ports are clear. Then checking the pitot tubes. They're clear of any debris. and static port is checked. So that's the walk around for you. So aircraft is clear, good condition. Now we can start boarding our passengers. So heading back into the cockpit. So we can now start boarding. So let's load our flight from SimBrief. Takes longer than expected. Okay, there we go. So our flight for today is from Cagayan de Oro RPMY to Manila RPLL, and we have an estimated departure of 4:50 p.m. Oh no, that's 2:50 p.m. and we will arrive there on about 4:30 in the afternoon. So this is our route. So we will be taking off on runway 09 on Leary 5 Alpha departure, and we will be landing on runway 06 on the Laia 7 Romeo arrival. So I think Cagayan de Oro doesn't have a METAR. So what we will do is we will base our weather from... Where will we base our weather? From Zoom Earth. So I think Zoom Earth provides a pretty accurate weather for your sim. So here we are. So wind is about 9 knots. So about 3 p.m. So the wind is about 80 knots. Also about, let's say, so 1825, let us say 3 we have a wind of about 010, 80 knots. Then we have a temperature of 29 degrees. 29. So 29 degrees. And our pressure will be displayed 1011. 1011. So we'll be taking off on runway 09 Leary 5 Alpha departure. Okay, so it's done. Let me reduce the music. So let's start boarding our passengers. So load for 7 minutes. So before start, checklist. So cockpit prep is complete. Gear pins and covers is removed. Signs are, so no smoking signs are set to on. No seatbelt signs are not yet. So aiders are set to nav. So fuel is currently being loaded. And now we will configure our MCDU. So let's go to our MCDU. So ATC menu. Oh no, AOC menu. So initialize, request data. There we go. So first, let's go to aircraft status. So we're using the AIRAC from August 12, 2021 to September 2021. So init page is initialize. So we'll use our call sign. So it's Papa Alpha Lima 1825. And we have a cost index of 8, and our cruising altitude will be flight level 380. So 8, cost index of 8, and flight level 380. So we will request for wind data, and let's configure our flight plan. So we'll depart on 09 right via the Leary 5 Alpha departure. So let's see. So there's no discontinuities on our departure. So then we will file our arrival to ILS 06 on Laya 7 Romeo arrival. So Laya 7 Romeo arrival, and I'm sure we'll be vectored by ATC once we get there. So let's check our flight plan if there's no discontinuities. So okay, so we'll be having once you arrive on Trece, we'll be having right downwind, and then the right base from Zale to Estel, and then on final capturing the localizer on runway 06. So that's done. So we have filed our flight plan, and we will copy this flight plan to our secondary and check our radio nav. Seems all are good. So let's load our weights. So we have 146 planned, 146 souls on board. We have a cargo. We'll be carrying 4.8 pounds of cargo, and then we have block fuel of 12.8 pounds. So let's send this to the MCDU. Make sure it calculates. Okay. Weights are loaded. So let's pre-flight. So we'll be cruising at flight level 380. So our optimum is flight level 370. So we're basically above optimum. And so we'll put here RPLL 06. So we have a distance of 407 nautical miles from the airport. So we will calculate our performance. So we'll be taking off at 2009. Weather is pretty dry, pretty good. So according to our sim brief, we will be taking off from flaps 2. Temperature of 56. So let's input it. So flaps 2. We will not use toga, packs off. Then that's our takeoff weights and our CG. And let's load our winds. So winds are 10 degrees, 80 knots, temperature 29, and 1011. 10 degrees, temperature is 20, 129, and our QNH is 1011. So aircraft is loaded. So let's calculate this one. Oh, 010, 80 knots. There we go. Calculate. So our V1 speed is 129, VR 129, and V2 is 132. We'll be taking up a flaps 2, trim of down negative 0.5, and flex temp is 62. So we will send that to the MCDU and make sure it's exact. So V1 129, VR 129, V2 132. We have a transition altitude of 11,000 feet. Flaps 2 configuration and trim is set to negative 0.5, and our flex temp is 62 degrees. So that's done. So let's set our FO MCDU into flight plan. So let's set our barometer to 1011, and for our cruising altitude is 380. So 380. So good. And aircraft is loaded. And our transponder is set to mode C, mode Charlie. Weather radar is ready to go. Trim radar trim is set to 0. Trim is set to wait, later. We will set the trim later once we are done pushing back. So let's turn off the brake fans, and then let's turn on the passenger seatbelt signs. And APU bleed is on, APU is on, so we'll disable external power. So we can disable the GPU now. So okay, so let's go back to our checklist. So before start checklist, cockpit prep is complete. Gear pins and covers are removed. Signs are on, seatbelt signs and no smoking signs. IRS are set to nav. Fuel quantity. So we have 12.8 pounds of fuel, and make sure it's balanced. So as we can see in our fuel page, so it's pretty balanced, because AP is using fuel on the left side, left wing, so it's pretty much balanced, so we don't need to worry about that. Takeoff data. So our takeoff data is V1 129, V rotate is 129, and V2 is 132. We have flaps 2. Trim is set to negative 0.5, flex temp 62, transition altitude is 11,000 feet. So takeoff data is set, and barometer, our altimeter is set to 1011. So after that, let's check windows and doors, close and arm. So once that's done, let's remove the chocks and turn on the beacon lights. So thrust levers are set to idle, and parking brake is set. So that's good. So now we can request for pushback truck.
Cockpit to ground.
This is ground. Stand by.
So since we'll be taking off on runway 09, so we'll be facing west.
Standing by for pushback.
We are ready for push. So
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead.
We are cleared for start and push.
Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking brake.
So we release our parking brake now.
Parking brakes are released.
Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence.
It will start in the sequence.
So we will be pushing back. So let's turn on the engine. Make sure it's available now. So we can now start engine 1. Starting engine 1.
Mabuhay! Philippine Airlines, the heart of the Filipino, welcomes you on board, bound to our destination. Please pay attention to your in-flight entertainment screens in front of you for the safety demonstration of this aircraft.
So sounds so amazing. Startup sound.
Mabuhay! Welcome on board this Philippine Airlines flight. Before we depart, we want to let you know
Okay,
how
pushback
much we
completed.
care about your safety. This is
Please
inspired
set your
by
parking
everyone
brake.
in the country
So let's set our
and the
parking brake.
safety of everyone
Ground.
on this
You
flight.
may disconnect.
So engine 1 is
Okay,
stabilized.
sir. Clear to disconnect.
So we can now start engine number 2. Starting engine 2.
And small heavy items under the seat in front of you. Let us also ensure that all aisles and exit rows are clear of any items.
Smoking in the airplane is strictly prohibited. This includes the use or charging of e-cigarettes.
Iyan pwede.
Also, tampering with, disabling, or destroying lavatory smoke detectors is a serious offense. Please set your mobile and tablet devices to airplane mode. Be sure to store large devices at the
Let's wait outside. Number 2 is starting.
Buckle until you hear a click. To tighten, pull the loose end of the strap.
So engine 2 is stabilized. So we can turn off the
Free end.
Also, please
ignition.
fasten
So
your
we'll
seatbelt
set our
so our crew can easily see the
flaps to
safety
2,
strap in.
arm spoilers, auto brakes to max, then turn off the APU. So make sure seatbelt signs are on, no smoking signs are on. Weather radar is on. So we set this to terrain. FO will be using the weather. Okay. So after start checklist, anti-ice is required. ECAM status. Check pitch trim. So we'll set our trim into down 0.5. So down 0.5. And then our rudder trim is set to 0. You can also confirm it there. Rudder is set to 0. So before takeoff checklist, so flight controls. So let's check our flight controls. So pull up, pull down, pull left, pull right, rudder, pull left, pull right. So flight controls are checked. Flight instruments are checked. all are operational. Briefing is confirmed. Flap settings. Config 2. I'll also check here. Flaps 2. Check of data. So V1 129, VR 129, V2 132, flaps 2. Trim is negative 0.5, flex temp 62, transition altitude 11,000 feet. And transponder is set to mode C. Pick memo. Takeoff. So we'll check our takeoff config. So check. So takeoff no blue. So let's taxi to the runway now. So taxi lights on. Also runway lights too. So let's taxi out now. Wait, what happened there? I accidentally turned off the flaps.
Cabin crew prepare for takeoff. Takeoff station.
So before takeoff checklist, cabin. So cabin is ready. We can also confirm that. Engine mode selector set to norm. TCAS mode C. Packs. So let's turn off the packs. So pack 1 and pack 2. Packs are off and take off. So here. So we are approaching 09, runway 09, so strobes up. Runway lights on. So clear left side, clear right side. So let's taxi back to the end of the runway. See the sounds, like so amazing. Is Manila still available? Oh no, there's no Manila Tower anymore. Oh well. Let's continue with our flight. So we will be turning here. 109. So I'll be lining up on 109 now. So okay. So we are ready for takeoff. So start the clock, takeoff. So Manflex SRS. Now, take off no blue. Set. $80 knots. V1. Okay. Positive rate, you're up. Arm ground spoilers. Sunfly the aircraft a little bit. So above 180, 190, let's flaps up. Let's the flaps up. Flaps up. What a beautiful view. Beautiful sight. So let's turn on our packs. Pack 1 and pack 2 now.
In the meantime, please keep
Okay.
your seatbelts securely fastened.
So we are now climbing. So let's turn off the runway lights and the nose lights. So after takeoff checklist, landing gear up, flaps are retracted and packs are on. So after takeoff checklist is complete. We can now set our music back. Can relax a bit now, so we can gauge the built-in sunshades. Amazing. So I believe we are above, we're almost above 10,000 feet. So at 10,000 feet we will disable our, we will retract our landing lights and turn off the fasten seatbelt sign. So above 10,000 feet, so turn off the landing lights and turn off the fasten seatbelt sign. So the passengers and cabin crew can move freely now. And at 11,000 feet, we'll set our altimeter to standard. So we're finally at cruising stage. So, climbing stage into cruising stage. So, yeah. Let's relax a bit. Put these sun visors down. Just what a way to relax. It's, yeah, amazing. Okay, so just relax for now and wait for our flight to arrive to Manila. So now we're back. We are back to the cockpit. So we can configure our arrival. What a nice view. Nice livery. Okay, so let's reduce the noise a bit. So here so it says that on 13, according to our ILS, ILS chart runway 06. Okay, so let's brief. So according here, we should be Playa 7 Romeo arrival. So let's see our charts. So this is 3 right. This is 5 right and 7 right. So according here, we should be at Gondo of around 5,000 feet. So let's configure that. Gondo should be around 5,000 feet. That must change our descent height. Yep, it did. So we're basically from Laia. So Laia, we should be above 16,000 feet. Max indicated airspeed of 250 knots. So in Kalel above 9,000, and YM above 6,000. 13. Should decrease our speed to 210 knots, and then we'll go left to HB, then Zayal, Estel, and then Gondo at or above 5,000 feet. Okay, so see, so we are currently on Minor. So actually we can descend to flight level above 6,000 so that we can be early. So YM, our speed is 230 to 6,000. Is this too steep? So our descent, top of descent has moved, so I think that's good. And yeah, I think that's more efficient so that we can arrive early and land as soon as we can. So let me pull up my tablet first. So descent preparation. So let's load the arrival weather. So wind is 1110, 5 knots. Temperature 27 and QNH 1008. So let's load our performance. So 1110, 7 knots. Temperature of 27 and 1018 QNH. 27 1018. And since we are landing on the ILS, so our decision height is 280 according to the approach plate. So 280. There we go. So we'll be having a full config landing, and let's see, calculate our landing distance. So we'll be landing at runway 06. Weather is pretty good. Few scattered clouds, nothing really to worry about. And okay, so is that. Then our landing weight is, let's go to the progress page. Oh no, so you have a gross weight of 127.8 minus 6, so that's 121.8. So 121 pounds. So yeah, low auto brakes. Yeah, we have enough landing distance for that. We have enough to cover. Okay, so we are actually nearing our top of descent. So let's see if we need anything else. No, nothing really. So once we reach our top of descent, so we'll be descending at flight level 6,000. So according to the approach plate, so from Leia we're basically in line with our approach. So that's Leia right there. From Leia we're above 160, and Kalel above, so YM is about 6,000 feet, should reach there. And actually, let's check if the constraint is 250. Let me check. Let me just put the speed constraint ahead so that we can confirm it follows the speed. Okay, so once we reach our top descent, we will push this ultimate altitude knob to manage descent. So there's a company message. So let's see what the company message says. So it is you. Palops. PDC, Sweden. Basically not needed. Okay, so we reach our top of descent, so let's push it, manage descent. So right now we are what's our VDEV? Huh. Sabi ng error, I think. 16. $250 plus 16. I hope it's fixed now. Let me see, progress page. Oh, still. Let me fix that. I think it's having an error. Since speed limit is 250 plus the square is 250 plus 9,000. Hope it's fixed now. The 36,000. I don't know what happened there. But what happened here? Go direct to Leia. Let's see what happens. Is it fixed? No, it's still I don't know what happened there. YM should be about 6,000 feet. But I mean, it's still good. We are 250 knots. We're maintaining 250 knots anyway, so we're gonna be at 6,000 feet once we reach YM. So that's confirmed. I don't know what happened here on my progress page. It should show about the right VNAV path, but I don't know. Anyways, let's just monitor this one. Should not have done that, but maybe I have clicked something, or I don't know. Everything seems good. Maybe I have to disregard this error. Nothing much to worry about. Performance, descent phase. Yeah. All is good. All is good. Okay, so we are back. We are almost near our descent. So we are actually above YM now. So we will reduce our speed to 110. We're still at open descent, so let's engage the spoilers.
Manila traffic, Philippine 001 will push back at Balagbag for runway 31. Jeep.
So let's hurry up our descent so we can reach Gondo and will not reach Zale, so we can actually vector ourselves earlier to the runway. So let's push our standard. So our altimeter for today is 1018. So 1018. So let's from the cabin that we are landing already. So let's turn on the seatbelt sign, the landing lights.
We have started our initial approach. Please ensure your seatbelts are securely fastened. Seat backs in upright position. Large electronic devices like laptops and tablets stowed in your seat pockets. Window shades open, and your tray tables and footrests stowed. We will be coming around to assist you as you prepare for our arrival. Please refrain from removing anything from the aircraft and ensure that your cell phones are in airplane mode.
Okay, so approach checklist. So briefing confirmed. ECAM status is checked. Seat belts are on. Barometer altimeter is set to 1018. Decision height is set to 280. And engine mode select is set to north.
Manila, Philippine 1346, commencing push and start for runway 06, Manila.
So let's turn on the localizer. So let's direct to Gondo now. So let's use this Gondo. Let's vector ourselves to Gondo. And let's put out flaps 1. So let's descend to 5,000 now. So we're following the constraints, so we're about 5,000 there. And about around Gondo, we should be able to around 20 nautical miles or lower. We should be able to capture the localizer now. So there we go. Localizer is there, so we can arm it. So let's see. Fix info, RPLL. Let's see a radial of 243. Let's set a radius of 10 miles. There we go. So there's a beam now. So that's where we will be able to capture the lowlighter. So it's capturing the lowlighter.
Traffic Philippine 001, will line up runway 31.
Manila traffic advisory is Filipino 1346, commencing taxi runway 06 via Charlie Echo 506.
So let's notify the traffic around Manila. So let's start. Manila traffic, this is Philippines 1825. We are established on the localizer on ILS runway 06. So according to our approach plate, should be at or above 3,000 to establish the glide slope of the ILS runway 06. So that's around 12 miles.
Philippine 001 will take off runway 31, Harbor 1 departure of Manila.
So there's the glide slope, so let's arm the approach and reduce our speed to 200 knots, flaps 2. Oh wait, sorry, pretty early. Should reduce our speed to 180 actually. My mistake, my bad.
Cabin crew prepare for landing. Landing station.
So that's around 200, so we can gauge flaps 2.
Manila traffic advisory, Philippine 001 airborne, passing 1,100 for flight level 330, Harbor 1 departure of Manila.
Manila traffic, Philippines 1825 is around 11 nautical miles on final on runway 06.
Manila traffic advisory is Philippine 1346, commencing immediate departure runway 06 via Echo 5.
Okay, so we are 2,500 feet. So let's reduce to
2,500.
so we are on the gear down and flaps 3. So we can do flaps full, just to our minimum approach speed. Okay. Arm spoilers.
Chescott Bar Swiss, Philippine 1346 airborne, climbing flight level 350.
Traffic is 2241 commencing mission start on November, will say start for runway 13, Manila.
So before landing checklist, cabin secured, auto throttle is engaged, ground altitude set to flight level 5000, eco memo, landing gear down, signs on, spoilers arm, flaps full, landing checklist complete. So right now, let's fly manually now. I want to fly the plane.
Manila Traffic Philippines 001, magandang gabi, mabuhay ang Pilipinas.
Mabuhay.
Philippines 125, mabuhay. I hope you can butter this landing now. Oh, auto brake is set to low. I forgot about that. Glad I saw it. Okay. It's pretty windy. We're very low. Very, very low. Okay, let's maintain this altitude. Okay. Oh! Something's wrong with the wireless. Continue. Very windy. Okay.
100, 50, 40, 30, 20, retard, slide.
Spoilers up. Verse green, diesel. Pretty good. Think it's an acceptable landing. We're pretty low on approach, so 70 knots, manual brakes. Philippine Airlines welcomes you to Manila. Spoilers up.
Mabuhay! Philippine Airlines welcomes you to our destination. For your safety, please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened until the aircraft has come to a complete stop, and the fasten seatbelt signs are switched to off.
Manila traffic, Philippines 1825 is clear on runway 06. Let's turn on APU. Turn some lights. So we will just choose a parking gate on Terminal 2.
Traffic 2241, commencing taxi November to Hotel Club and the line up runway 13, Manila.
Just turn on some lights. It's pretty dark now. Is he calling us for parking? Oh, nice. Lights just turned on Terminal 2. Let's choose this parking spot since there's a person there. I think he's waiting for us, so let's not make him disappoint. So taxi lights off. Lights off. APU bleed on. Okay. EPU is on. Turn off engine 2 and 1. And beacon light off. Dome lights on. Then let's deboard the passengers now. So turn off the fasten seatbelt signs. So let's commence the parking checklist. So APU bleed is on. Electric pump. It's off. Engines are off, seatbelts are off. External lights as required. Let's maybe turn on the logo lights. Fuel pumps are off. Okay, off. And then parking brake and chocks. Parking brake is on. Mobile phone transponder standby. And then radar is set to off. Okay. So that's it for today's flight. That's it for today's flight. Pretty disappointed that ATC has gone off once we took off from Cagayan de Oro, but I'm glad there's still VATSIM. There's still pilots flying VATSIM. So yeah, what a wonderful flight. We're pretty low on approach. I don't know what happened there. But yeah, all is good. Pretty solid landing overall. Could have been better. Could have been better. So yeah, pretty good. Pretty nice. Here's the cabin, by the way, for the cabin of the Philippine Airlines. Very nice livery by SkySim. So yes, that's it. Welcome to Manila. Let's see how we normally disembark from the aircraft. So let me here. Nice view. As we exit the aircraft, going to get our bags. It's the terminal for Terminal 2. Yeah. Very nice flight. Get some screenshots first. Yeah, so that's it for today. Peace out.